hello there. I've got no trousers on because I'm going on holiday tomorrow and I've been packing and I decided to pack the trousers that I was wearing. So here we are. Here's my stuff. We're going hand luggage only. So we've got backpack, suitcase, and those are my plain clothes. Lovely. But this is a very exciting holiday because I'm going away without my toddler. I'm going away for 6 nights to Lanzarote with my parents. Just me and mum and dad. This trip came about because basically when I saw my parents over Christmas and I was very down and sad about it being a whole year of trying to conceive and all of that, I was like, I need a holiday, but also I can't plan very far in advance and all of this. And my parents said that they'd penciled like the first week of Feb for a holiday for the 2 of them, but they didn't know exact details or where yet, and if I would like to join. And I said, yes, please, mum and dad. So that's what's happening. And I'm very excited. I'm calling this like the first of my birthday month celebrations because it is the beginning of Feb and I'm so excited to get some winter sun. I think the last time I went somewhere hot in the winter was Disney World in January, February 2020. So winter sun, here I come. And I'm very excited about this video sponsor because it's something that I use every day and I need to pack it, which is my Fussy deodorant. So to the bathroom. This is my Fussy deodorant. It is effective and natural deodorant that is reusable and actually perfect timing for this trip because my last refill has just finished and so can't be without deodorant on holiday. Got my new refill. So let me switch this out and then I'll tell you a little bit more about Fussy. So it's super easy. You just pinch here, take it off, take off your old one, and these are compostable and you can put them in your garden or in your bin and that's great. We love sustainability. And then you just twist this whole bit back down. Oh, there we go, we're at the bottom. Then you get your new refill and there are 11 different scents. Everything from lime, jasmine, coconut, mint, Parma violets, and they also have a bare all one, which is unscented. This one that I have is lavender fields. So you just pop the lid off, also compostable, and then you pop it in the top like so, add the top back on, and there you go. Look at that. And you just twist it back up again, and there's a lovely, lovely deodorant. Give you a little demo. Look at that though. I've been wearing this all day. No white marks on this black top. Bit of that and a bit of that. It smells delish. Okay, I'm just gonna continue chatting to you like this. So I've been using Fussy as my daily deodorant for a year now and would definitely recommend. It is super effective. Their odor neutralizing probiotic formula is backed by science and lasts for over 24 hours. Like I said, it is eco-friendly. The refills are plastic-free and compostable. And this case you can just reuse over and over and over again. They've got lots of colours. Obviously I went with orange. And the ingredients are natural, vegan and cruelty free. So if you haven't already, maybe now is the time to make the switch from antiperspirant to a natural deodorant, and you can use my code Hannah15 to get 50% off your first Fussy order, and there is a link in the description. Okay, now I need to pack this and get on a plane. We have arrived. This is the place that we're staying at. There's a whole like balcony out here. My mum found this place, so well done, Debbie. Wow, it's bright. I imagine I'm going to be doing a lot of reading there. We are staying in Playa Blanca and we got a bus from the airport here. And Lanzarote is such an interesting island because, as you were saying, you were telling us, there was a volcano. A volcano? Lots of volcanoes.
Big volcano in about 1730. It lasted 6 years. 6 years.
It was erupting for 6 years, and so basically this entire island is volcanic ash. And yeah, driving through it, you can really see it. But yeah, it's interesting, and we saw lots of the beach, and we're just going to get ourselves settled and then take a meander into the town and to the beach. Holiday! Our apartment is like a 2-minute walk from the sea. Cheers. First ice cream of the holiday. Yeah. Mum says that my ice cream matches my trousers. Don't turn it round.
Your head popped off, sorry.
Of course, Dad got an ice cream too. Mum did not, and yet she's had a lick of both of ours. Sharing is caring. It is dark. We came back, we had naps, and now we're going out.
Is that enough denim?
Everyone got their denim.
We tripled denim.
Mine's new. I've never owned a denim jacket before.
Mine's gifted.
Gifted new.
A gifted from Witton many years ago with a bespoke little bit of embroidery.
La-di-da, look at that. I like your outfit.
I like your outfit. Good morning. We're going for a swim.
Day 2 of the Witton household.
Lovely start to the day, and now we're going to go and find some brekkie at our local bakery. I was about to say boulangerie, but we're not in France. I don't know what bakery is in Spanish, we'll find out. Bread and cheese, bread and cheese.
I hoped you might have a sausage down the middle.
I know, I did think that. It took me a good probably 20 minutes to brush my hair. The long hair looks great, but it's starting to get very annoying. So this isn't just a rest and relaxation holiday, although yeah, it definitely is that. I did bring my laptop with me, so it's going to be a bit of a working holiday. After breakfast, I sat and did some Patreon stuff, like my monthly Patreon reading list, and scheduled this month's live stream for the end of the month, and I think I'm just gonna call it a day there, because it's not gonna be too strenuous. I'm talking like an hour or two of work a day is the plan. And I also have brought the workbook with me for the business course that I started, because actually the first call of that was the night before I went on holiday. This sun, like I can't really see what is happening on this viewfinder, but these deck chairs are very... Yeah, the deck chairs are just very precarious. Dad to the rescue. Hopefully the deck chair does not collapse on me again. Yes, I've done my work. I'm just going to leave it at that. This is also going to be a bit of a reading holiday too. I want to share with you some of the books that I have brought. So technically I actually already finished a book. I was so close to the end of the Thursday Murder Club, but I didn't finish it before I left, and I ended up finishing it on the plane. So done, loved. Then I did bring my Kindle. I very rarely use my Kindle because I either listen to audiobooks or physical reading, but I figured, you know, holiday, bring the Kindle just in case I get through books. I currently have downloaded on here Orlando by Virginia Woolf, because that is the next book club book for my local bookshop that I want to read, so that's on there. Then I also brought with me The Right to Sex by Amia Srinivasan, because this is our Patreon book club book, and we kind of like break it down into chunks, like weekly, and so I've actually already finished this week's reading, which I did this morning in bed, but we'll still be in Lanzarote like Monday, Tuesday next week, so I think I'll like get ahead and like finish next week's reading as well. Might as well. And then I did some bookshop shopping, as you would have seen in that opening montage at the airport, and I went for small books because I didn't have much luggage space, and neither of these books are on my like priority TBR because that's the way things go, but I got Before the Coffee Gets Cold and I Who Have Never Known Men, both books that I've heard very good things about, so there's that. And then audio wise, I am listening to You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry, and actually I think I've got like an hour left of that, so I need to figure out what audiobook I'll get next. But actually I feel like I might not really get a chance to listen to an audiobook other than like on the journey home at the end of the holiday, so there is that. Let's do some reading. It's really hot right where I am. I'm like, maybe a bit too hot, you know. We have left Dad back at the apartment doing some work, and we've come to the beach.
Oh yeah.
We're going to try and find a deck chair and an umbrella. I've had to put my clothes back on because it is in fact cold now. And everyone else has left the beach. It's 5 o'clock and I am very much enjoying this book. Look at that sky! It looks a lot more purple on the camera than it does in real life. Dad won the game of Rummy Cup and the denim jackets are back on and we are heading out for dinner. We get down to the beach and there are all of these kids on the beach fighting, but like in an organised way with uniform, like an after school club kind of vibe. And they're doing a kind of fighting that we do not recognise. They're like holding onto each other's rolled up shorts and then like fighting each other on the beach. We're so confused. We're like, what is this? Trying to read what's on the back of their t-shirts. And the next thing you know, there's a fucking statue of 2 kids doing that wrestling like right next to the beach. And it is Canarian wrestling. Luca or Lucha Canaria?
Yeah, Luca
Canaria.
form of folk wrestling, originally from the Canary Islands, where it's known as Luca Canaria. Yeah.
There you go.
And history, it comes from the earliest known residents of the Canary Islands, the Guanches, who they developed different rules for this fight. It started in 1420.
Oh my goodness.
First rules were laid down in 1872, making it one of the earliest defined forms of wrestling.
Oh wow. There you go.
Blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
it has to be done on sand.
Has to be done on sand.
I just love that we were like, what is this? And then there's a statue.
And I also like the fact that they were all smiling.
Yeah.
So the kids knocked each other over and got up and sort of gave each other a hug and smiled.
Lovely.
It's really cool.
Good morning. We are doing some cycling today. Oh God, that's bright. Sunglasses on, that's better. We are staying in Playa Blanca and we are going to hire some bikes and cycle down the coast to where? Papagoya?
Sounds like that.
Sounds like that. Maybe it's that, maybe it's not that. I cannot remember the last time I cycled. Like, I think it was just when I found out I was pregnant with Rowan. So that was a lot, and I don't think I've ever ridden a mountain bike either, but it is absolutely gorgeous here. I'm gonna go down to the beach. But we got to see a lot more of like volcanic landscape, and there was this bit, like dirt road that we were riding down. It honestly felt like we were a Mad Max or something. It's so strange, but also like so beautiful, but like there's no trees, there's no grass, like nothing can grow here. It's just so strange. But yeah, I need an ice cream and I need to get in the sea.
Olives.
Yeah, cintura.
Olives?
Yeah, olives. Papas fritas con salsa.
Vale.
Yeah, dos Coca-Cola.
Vale.
Gracias. We have gotten back from our mountain biking. Oh my God, I need to get in the shower. But that was so much fun, but also kind of terrifying. And on the way back, we went a different way. So we went more along the coast, but it was just a lot of up and down because of the beaches. And I was definitely scared at points. But hey, done some mountain biking now. I need to shower because I feel like my whole body is covered in dirt and sand.
She did very well.
My mum is proud of me.
She did very well. Survived to tell the tale.
Mum is a pro biker.
Not mountain biker, road cyclist, so I'm a bit scared on mountain bikes.
Yeah, but
It was ace.
You cycle a lot. I don't think I've been on a bike since 2021. Yeah, I feel like my whole body is covered in sand, so I need to sort that out. And then we're just chilling out before we go out for dinner. We've booked a table at a fish restaurant. Deniming.
Triple deniming.
We're deniming up. Dad has won his second game of Rummy Cup. Boom. And we're heading out for dinner. Good morning. We are in a car today because we're going on a little day trip to some museums and things.
César Manrique Day.
César Manrique Day, who is an architect. But this is where we are going. We are staying down here in Playa Blanca, and then we're gonna drive all the way over here, and our first stop is the Fundación César Manrique, which is the like HQ of this architect's thing, and hopefully the volcano house is there. Stop one. And then we're going up to, where is it? Jardin de Cactus, the cactus garden. Is that anything to do with our Manrique? Okay.
Yeah, everything is.
Everything is, that's also him. And then we're going to this little town called Hut. Hopefully that will be lunch stop. And then there's another César Manrique house there, but we don't know if we'll have time for it because we also want to go to the Llanos del Agua, which looks like this. That's over here. And then we'll drive all the way back. Of course, as the child on this holiday, I'm in the back of the car and the grown-ups are in the front of the car. Yeah, how does it feel that I've run away on holiday with you so I can have a child-free holiday, but you are not having a child-free holiday?
You're really difficult to cope with that.
We have made it to our first stop. Decided on the pronunciation. Jardin de Cactus. Cactus garden. Being here reminds me of when I was hiking in the Grand Canyon and my friend Evan went to set up a shop in amongst the cactus and like fell over and then got cactus needles all in his back and couldn't carry his backpack, and we were right at the bottom of the Grand Canyon and then we had to hike all the way back up whilst helping Evan and pulling out needles out of his back.
Who's that?
That was 10 years ago, so if you remember that.
Oh, you two should go down there.
10 years ago. And here you see boomers / Gen X on their phones.
Texting my mum.
What are you doing, Mum?
Texting Nadia back. Oh, you just take the piss out of us. I am commuting, I'm not scrolling. We enjoyed the Jardin de Cactus, and
now we're on to Haria for some lunch and for Manrique's other house. Doing the César Manrique tour of Lanzarote. See this? Oh, look at that.
God, look at that.
Is that warm?
Yeah. Oh god.
Wow.
The
Oh, that's
volcano.
not nice. It looks homemade.
The volcano has erupted. Oh, look at that
I'll try
lava
a bit
flow.
of your... Oh my god, that's
Cherry, I think you said it was. Look at this.
erupted volcano.
We are in Haria and we had some lovely lunch, and we're much further north up the island, and so it is so much greener because the volcano didn't completely destroy all of this. We are now at César Manrique's other house in Haria, where he lived for the last 4 years of his life. Use cameras inside, but this is his like studio workshop, and it is left exactly as he left it in '92. He died in a car accident. Yeah, it's really interesting in there and quite sad as well.
Want to live here?
What do we make of César Manrique?
Yeah, I could
Haria
live
house.
here. Gorgeous.
It's very different from the foundation.
Well, he was much younger when he was in the
That was
volcanoes.
part of madness.
Yeah.
It was calm and serene.
This was like somebody older who was like hosting dinner parties for his artist and like activist friends.
Drinks cabinet.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's definitely still entertaining in this house, just a different kind of entertainment.
Yeah, it's calmer.
Right, we are off to stop number 4, another César Manrique. I've been saying Manrique because I default to French, but I think it might be Manrique. What do we think? Manrique. And we are now going to the Gemios del Agua, which is another one of his, what do you say, intervenciones? Intervention? One of his interventions. But big fan, honestly. I'm now officially a big César Manrique fan, and I want to live in his Haria house or use it as interior inspo. I feel like I'm filming a documentary of my parents' Lanzarote holiday.
Since we're in it.
I was just thinking this would make a really cool like wedding reception venue. Checking emails, checking football scores. Time for another morning swim! So today I have a solo day. My parents have just gone off to do a hike somewhere up in the volcanic rock bits, and I was going to go with them, but my trainers suffered quite a bit of damage on the biking expedition, and I realised I've just not had quite as much like chill work and reading time as I would like. So I'm going to take myself off to the beach and take my like business course workbook with me and rent a sun lounger and do a bit of that and read some books. This morning I finished I Who Have Never Known Men, and I really enjoyed it. Like I thoroughly like loved the writing and the pondering and like the process of reading it, but I was constantly thinking, this doesn't feel like the type of book that will give me answers at the end as to like, what on earth is this world? Is it even Earth? Why were there the bunkers? Like, what was the siren? Like all of the questions that our character has. I was like, this doesn't feel like the kind of book that will actually satisfy all of those questions. It did not. It did not. And so I can see why this book stays with people, because you're just like constantly wondering, but then also reflecting on like what it means to live a life if you are alone and there's no one to bear witness to it, and like we all just die in the end, and like what is the point? So I enjoyed it, if enjoy is the right word, but there is still that itch that it needs scratching. Like sometimes I like a loose ends kind of story where there is no answer, but this was not one of those cases. Like I just really want to know. I really want to know. Like, does the author even know? I don't know. But I'm taking Before the Coffee Gets Cold with me to the beach, which I started reading this morning. And then this is a book that my dad brought with that he read on the plane and shouldn't take too long. It is The Sense of Wonder, a celebration of nature for parents and children by Rachel Carson. It's got lots of pictures in it as well, but this was written in the 1950s, and my dad said that Rachel Carson is one of the founders of, oh here we go, this is the bio it gives her on the back. 1907 to 1964 she lived, was known as the patron saint of the environmental movement. So obviously written before the internet, but I'm curious as to what I can learn about, you know, for parents and children, a celebration of nature. Like, how do I give my child a sense of wonder? We shall see. So these are coming to the beach with me, and then in my ears, yesterday I finished listening to You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry, which I loved. Like, it's up there with Funny Story with me in terms of like my favourite Emily Henry, and in many ways the two main characters really reminded me of me and Dan, but if, you know, me and Dan got together immediately rather than like waiting 12 years of friendship and then getting together. But in terms of some of their personality traits and some of the things, I'm like, oh, and the dynamic between them as well, very much reminded me of me and my husband. But today I've just started Doppelganger by Naomi Klein, which has been like up there on my non-fiction TBR for a long time, so I'm excited to finally get to it. So, got me books, got me bikini on under here, got water, need to pack sun cream, and then off to the beach. There's some activities and sections that require me logging onto the internet to watch some videos, but I've done a good chunk of it. Feels good. Been getting my business brain on the beach, but I don't have 5G or any data on my phone. Honestly, I haven't done anything about my mobile plan that I'm on in years. So maybe I should, because my parents seem to have data abroad, whereas I have to pay extra for it. And I'm like, what's going on there? I didn't have to, I used to. Anywho, it is book time, and we're gonna crack on with Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and this is like perfect weather for me. I struggle when it's like too hot, but the sun is like right there, like on me, and I'm not too hot. Like I'm not uncomfortable. It's not too breezy. This is like perfection. And so I'm gonna do a little bit of reading and then maybe go get myself an ice cream. I have no idea what this is. Kontiki. I was really in the mood for a twister. Didn't have a twister. This is the closest thing on the ice cream menu that looked like a twister. Too watery. Yeah, I feel like once I maybe like lick off the layer of ice, it might start to get a bit more satisfying. But first impression is that it's not packed with enough flavour. It's too watery. It'll do. I am back in the apartment earlier than I expected because I went for a swim and it was lovely until the moment where I felt the integrity of my stoma bag kind of failing me. So I quickly got out. There was no immediate leakage, but a little bit of it had been peeling off, and I just forget that like being on holiday, like showering and swimming a lot, also sweating more, and also sun cream and swimming and all of that, it just erodes the adhesive much faster than my normal day-to-day life. So I have these extra adhesive strips, so I popped one of those on and very calmly on the outside, but kind of panicking on the inside, packed up my stuff. I can feel that it has survived, which is good. We made it, but it does mean that I had to cut my beach trip short because now I'm going to shower and change my bag and put a fresh one on. So I'm gonna do that, and still got like over 2 hours I think until my parents are probably gonna be back. So I'm gonna do the workbook things that require me to have internet and watch some videos, and then however much time I've got left after that, I'll just read on the balcony, or maybe go back down to the beach and go to a cafe. I don't know, we'll see what the time is when that happens. But now it's shower and stow my bag change time.
Only film when you're winning.
I've not got my tray and shot.
You only film when you're winning. You only film when you're winning. Jammy.
Jammy Dodger.
Jammy Dodger. Fucking hell.
Still to be defeated. I think we're talking 1, 2.
I think it's, in terms of games that the three of us has played, you've won 4-0 and us two have played 2-0. So you've won all 6.
Alright,
Rummy.
more to beat that before we go out.
Oh, such a quick one. That
We're
one.
on it.
I'd like to say easy, that one.
We have come to the Canary Islands and are having a home comfort of eating out and having a curry. Oh yeah.
And also, Sunday nights, when you have
Curry
a curry.
night.
It's
Curry night. Good morning. It is our final day in Lanzarote, and on the agenda this morning is a bunch of B words. What was the order? We're going bakery, bookshop, beach with bed, and then Mum's getting a bike. Maybe Dad and I get a burger at some point today, and then Mum has also bought me a massage for my birthday. That doesn't begin with B.
birthday.
Birthday massage. Yes. Bakery, bookshop, beach
Body.
with beds.
Birthday
Body treat, and then at some point I want a burger and Mum's getting a bike. Booyah! Playa Blanca.
Playa Blanca, booyah.
They close at 4, so I will have some time to go back later. But they do swaps, so if you brought lots of books for your holiday and you finished them and you're like, shit, I already read all my books, or you don't want to pack them in your bag home, you can go there and swap them and get credit for more books. Exciting. Right, bakery, bookshop, beach beds, now bathe. Left my parents at the beach, massage time for me. My mum found this massage room in the back of like, you know, like one of those like herbally shops, kind of like a Holland and Barrett kind of vibe. Yeah, I've got an hour massage, but could be really great, could be really shit, who knows? I'm on holiday and I love a massage. I was going to pop into the bookshop behind me, but all of my books are at the apartment, so if I did want to swap any, I'd have to do it later, and it closes soon. So maybe I'll go tomorrow morning before my flight. But that massage was incredible. I always appreciate outside of England getting a massage because you're just fully naked, and it's just so what? And I love that, because even when you're having a massage in England and you keep your knickers on, they're always just like pulling your knickers around and moving your knickers and getting your knickers all oily because it's in the way of them giving you a proper good massage. So like, I just appreciate the fact that you could just be fully naked. She was speaking Spanish and a few words of English and I could understand enough. I was just speaking English, but we got by, and yeah, it was brilliant. There's one point when she was doing my shoulder and she was just like, wow, and I was like, I know, they're bad. And then at the end, I'm fairly sure I heard her say a little Reiki, and she just like placed her hands like on different parts of my body, like all of these bits. Is Reiki to do with the chakras? I don't know. I'm not really a woo-woo kind of person, so I've no idea like what her intention was with the little Reiki at the end, but I just enjoyed lying there and breathing whilst she kind of like touched and put pressure on different parts of my body, and I could hear her like breathing as well. And when I did peek my eyes open a little bit, she also had her eyes closed, which was lovely. But yes, that was great. Oh, and then she got me sat up on the bed and like cracked my neck and like fully like went in and cracked my back. Oh, and like I crack my neck and my back myself a lot, but I feel like she managed to get even more, and that felt spectacular. My only note is that she didn't do my arms. You know when like you get a full body massage but then they like miss a certain area and you're like, ah! And I kind of feel like I would have just preferred the arms over the Reiki, but do you know what, it's fine. All in all, that was a bloody good massage. I'm going for one more swim. I got back to the apartment, parents not there. They're still on the beach. And they said that they've got one more swim in them and then they were gonna head back. So I was like, wait for me. So heading back to the beach and one last actual final swim of the holiday. Did our final swim. Mum is currently in the water, but Dad and I swam to those rocks that you can see in the distance and back again. And now I have an ice cream and my book, and I need to put some sun cream on. I'm like halfway through. Will I finish it before getting on the plane tomorrow? Hello, friend. Beat Dad in the last game.
Champione.
Breaking Dad's streak.
Oh yes.
I am the only one yet to win a game.
Hannah only saw it just at the end.
I saw my win a second in, just in time.
It was so
Just in time.
Because...
That was the thing.
No.
Cheat.
Where's the other one gone?
That's 5. You've got 5 there.
Where did that one come from?
Who threw it? The last game. You have 5 goes. You fucking cheat.
Yeah.
Family fun. We all get on fine on holiday.
Yahtzee.
0 for that one. I've had 2 zeros now down below. 2 rolls for a 2.
Yeah! Get it! Large straight. I can't read that.
Add that
The
bit
light
to the
shit.
video.
The light shit.
I just have a Yahtzee left on my paper. Oh, 3 threes.
Not bad.
Oh, another 3. Last roll. Will it be a 3?
Fix for the camera.
Oh, the thrill!
And on film. How about that?
The thrill.
Oh, how did you? That's just cheating. Wow.
Last dinner. Cheers, family.
Cheers.
Thank you for a lovely holiday. It's been great fun. I've had a lovely time.
Lovely. But you haven't minded, but you haven't felt gooseberry. That's too bickering.
You stay out of it.
Just ignore it because it's nonsense.
You haven't really bickered. You think we bicker?
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for letting me crash.
Oh, lovely.
Such a treat.
What a treat.
Oh, gorgeous. I hope you feel well rested, eh?
I do.
And good luck with Bro tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be naughty for you.
Love you. And then there was one. My parents are flying home to Manchester and their flight is a bit earlier than mine, so I've got a little while to chill out and continue reading my book before I get the bus to the airport. But this has just been a glorious, much needed week. It's funny because when I told some of my friends that I was going on holiday with my parents, it was received with mixed reactions. I was like, I get on with my parents and could definitely quite easily do a holiday with them, like for a whole week, just me and them. And we did, and it was lovely. So thank you, Mum and Dad, for letting me crash your winter sun holiday. Also, of course, thank you so much to Fussy for sponsoring this video. You can get 15% off your first Fussy order using my code Hannah15, and there is a link in the description. My armpits have felt fresh all holiday in the sun, so Tick, tick, tick. Amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have time to revisit the bookshop this morning and drop off the books that I finished to try and swap them for something. I finished, obviously, the Thursday Murder Club on the plane, and then I, Who Have Never Known Men, and I finished listening to You and Me on Vacation, and now I am almost done with Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and a good chunk of my way into listening to Doppelganger by Naomi Klein as well, which is just... So as far as this being like a chill reading holiday, I am very pleased with what I've been able to read. Then there is of course also The Right to Sex. It is now like a new week, and so I'm gonna try and read the chapter for this week on the plane for my Patreon book club. So reading, good. And then the other thing was work, and I managed to get like little bits of work done here and there, but the main thing was this workbook for my business course. And so the things that I managed to do, I did a ideal customer profile, and I did some competitor analysis. Look at me, I'm so fancy. Business. Looking at who else is in the market, in my market, and then the market context, and I did a pestle analysis, and that's what I did. And next time, module 3 is aligning my products and services. That's the bit that I'm most excited about. I'm like, what should I do with my creator work? Like, should it be one-on-one consulting coaching? Should I do like group Patreon strategy programs? Should I focus on doing like in-person workshops and talks and events? I don't know. Should I sell Notion templates? Like, is that going to be part of my product ecosystem? Anyway, and then of course I did lots of relaxing. Have I got a tan? Not sure. But thank you for watching. I am very excited to go home and see my boys, my husband and my baby. I definitely have enjoyed being away and being child-free for a holiday, but of course I am looking forward to seeing him and just can't wait to give him lots of cuddles. I'm hoping that if all is on time with my flight, then I should be home for bedtime and I'll get to see him before he goes to sleep tonight. If you're a parent, have you ever been away without your child, and how was that? And then also, because I'm always keen for recommendations, where have you been on holiday with your child? Like, the amount of children that I've seen around here, I definitely would probably recommend this area, Playa Blanca in Lanzarote. Like, it seems very child friendly. It also seems really accessible as well, because the whole promenade and everything is so walkable, and there's people in like wheelchairs and mobility scooters all along the seafront. Just putting it out there. But yes, please let me know in the comments your like recommendations for locations of holidays with kids, because I am always keen to hear. Thank you for watching. I'm going to just sit here and read my book until it's time to get my plane and go home and see my baby and my husband. A bit cold. Hey, I missed you. Should I come in? Yeah.
Mummy has come back.